I didn't want to say, no, we're not going to take you back. I just probably should have, but I just didn't want to say that.
Okay. Now, following you telling Conrad Murray that you weren't going to take him back because the police had your keys, did you make another request?
Yes, sir.
What did he ask?
He said he was hungry. He haven't eaten all day or all night, something to that effect. And he wanted a ride to get some food.
And did you agree to give him a ride, get some food?
No, sir.
What, if anything, did you tell him?
I remember just kind of shrugging it off like, okay. You know, kind of, I didn't give an answer. I don't remember. But he got the point that I wasn't going to take him.
Okay. And following these requests by Conrad Murray, did you make any attempt to make sure the house was essentially on lockdown?
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
I immediately went to Fahim again, Fahim Muhammad. I told Fahim what Dr. Murray asked, and I said, just make sure you call security and I was under their impression security didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
So I told him to make sure security doesn't let anyone in or anyone out. Remember, I used the term, just lock it down, just for the simple fact that Dr. Murray requested to go back.
Okay. And at some point, well, after Dr. Murray requested the second request to be taken to get some food, did you ever see Dr. Murray again?
No, sir.
At some point later in the day, did you provide police detectives with Conrad Murray's contact information and cell phone numbers?
Yes, sir.
Would you recall, as you sit here today, what time you left UCLA Hospital that day?
No, sir.
Okay. If Micheal Jackson was pronounced dead around 2:26 or 2:27, do you know how many hours later it was that you left UCLA?
Maybe a few hours.
A few hours?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do when you left?
I remember checking with the family security. When I say family, I mean the Jackson's family security. I remember they were parked underground, and security was telling our security they're gonna pretty much leave from this route. So our idea was, since we had the two blue Escalades and they're very popular, everyone followed them, we was gonna just load up in the car and drive and kind of be a diversion, so the family can go their way. And we did that. We loaded the two Escalades up and we just drove.
Okay. And did you know where you were driving at that time?
No, sir.
Okay. And at some point while driving, were you asked to return to Carrollwood?
I received a phone call. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recall from whom?
No, sir.
Okay. And did you return to Carrollwood at that time?
Yes, sir.
And were the police at the location?
When I got there, they were there. Yes, sir.
And do you recall whether or not, if you spoke briefly to the police at that time when you arrived back at Carrollwood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You did speak to the police?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And how would you characterize that interview with the police?
They were just gathering information, asking my name, what I did, and how the day went.
Okay. As far as what took place at what time or in what order?
Yes, sir. They asked for a timeline.
Okay. How long did this conversation with the police last?
Wasn't long at all.
Minutes or?
5 to 10 minutes,
okay.
Maybe.
Later in August of 2009, did you sit down and have a detailed interview with the detectives?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you tell them at that time everything you knew about what had transpired?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Including these comments about Dr. Murray wanting to get back to the home to get this cream that Michael wouldn't want the world to know about?
Yes, sir.
Had you told the police about that cream comment on June 25th during this 5 to 10 minute interview?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. Since facts on evidence, you didn't say 5 to 10 minutes.
I believe you did.
Overruled. Your answer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams, was there a practice or something you personally observed at the home where you would see Conrad Murray in possession of oxygen tanks.
Yes, sir.
Can you describe what you personally saw in that regard?
It was normal for oxygen tanks to be there, and if they were there, we would bring them to the bottom of the stairs, and the chef or the children would bring them up. And sometimes the children would bring them down, and security would put them back in the trailer. But it was normal to see the oxygen tanks the last few months.
Okay, when you say normal during the last few months, that would be the period of time that you knew Conrad Murray was coming on an almost nightly basis?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you a couple photographs. I have a picture of the what appears to be the interior of the security trailer. May that be marked People 16 for identification?
Yes.
As well as a close-up of a sign depicted on People 16. If the close-up could be marked People 17 for identification?
Yes.
These have been shown to the defense counsel. Mr. Williams, first showing you People 16. Would you recognize the generally what's shown in People 16?
Yes, sir.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Please.
And some incredible testimony from Michael Amir Williams, Michael Jackson's personal assistant, testifying really about the final moments of Michael Jackson's life, how he gets a call from Dr. Murray